Mr. Raphael, it is alleged that Akpabio has now been sent to India to go do verifications of Simon Ekpa. And equally, it is alleged that Akpabio will also invoke some Guru Maharaj's, spirits to probably just to chain and magnet Simon Ekpa back to the Nigerian soil. I mean, these are all in the bid to capture Simon Ekpa, who has been a thorn in the flesh of the Nigerian corrupt system.
It shouldn't be under presumption that Akpabio will die the same death of Abakari, or will be, hospitalized as Lagbaja is now in faraway UK. But he is going to kill himself. Do you know why? Involvement into idolatrousness or idolatry is what invokes anger of God. Mostly, I mean Almighty God. I don't mean gods. I'm calling Almighty God. Because Samuel Panjoko is absolutely an Igbo man from Eza axis of Ebonyi State. And if anybody is doubting his own Samuel Ekpa's identity, such a person must have gone nuts. Then what I'm seeing about it is, I think the excesses of Nigerian political leaders has come to an end. It's coming to an end, or it has come to an end, actually. Because I don't see Simon Ekpa, that is a Biafran leader, being an Indian man. It sounds so fictitious and terrifying on the side of the kind of faith or belief we are having our political leaders, beckoning on this time around. How could someone out of his utmost imagination, think Simon Ekpa is from an India? Simon Ekpa is an Indian man, sorry. Simon Ekpa Njoko is his name. He's an absolute Igbo man from Ebonyi State. So if someone is playing that kind of game, I'm telling you, such a person is trying to rip Nigerian government off. Akpabio, if he's in India now, he's enjoying himself in one of the most, many hotels in Calcutta or New Delhi or Bombay, with India commercial sex workers.
The New Delhi conversation came up when Simon Ekpa trolled the Nigerians who were seeking for his identity. So I guess it was that curiosity that is probably pushed Akpabio to India. I mean, these are just allegations that we are hearing that Akpabio is in New Delhi.
No, they're just wasting Nigerian resources. It's an effort in futility, because it has never rumored in the recent time that Simon Ekpa is not of Igbo, ancestry, let alone linking his identity to India. It's all child play and one of those common parlance and schemings, to rip Nigeria off is common wealth that belong to all of us. I'm telling you, I'm still maintaining that you don't know what Akpabio is doing right now in India. I'm an Igbo man. We're from the same East Central state of Nigeria. Akpabio is somewhere in India, Bombay, New Delhi, Calcutta, enjoying himself with Indian commercial sex workers. That is what our political leaders are all about, made money, illegally enjoy their money in the faraway South Africa, or, Asian countries, sleeping with Asian women. And especially India has been one of Akpabio's utmost aim to be there, enjoy those Indian women. But he should take his time. He should actually remember that they used Indian women to set Abacha up in 1998, and Abacha was caught up in the trap. Today, Abacha is demised as a result of, let me say, licentious escapades that resulted in Abacha's death. I think it is Akpabio's time this time around.
Well, is it not just very silly of the Senate president? I mean, looking at what is going on in Nigeria, where some children, who for the last 3 months have been jailed just for protesting, instead of Akpabio to worry on that, or in fact worry about the drastic, inequality that the North have actually, foisting on the South, whereby they take our resources, look at the VAT, but instead, Akpabio is chasing shadows.
Yeah, the most accusation in Nigeria today, especially most Nigerian dailies and breaking news online, was that they not accused the southern Nigeria of at least alienating them from being part of the administration or getting let me say legacy, as in loot, as in benefit of the leadership under Tinubu administration. That has been the headline mostly this morning, and my stand was too obvious when I even shouted down on the North that they should close their mouth. They have been on the leadership of the country for over how many years now, and nothing good has actually come out from the North, as they occupy most of the federal agencies. For how many years? No development, as in agriculture. We've seen the kind of agricultural system or farming system going on in the North as subsistence farming, not mechanized farming. And again, I accuse them, this morning, that they turned their back on Western civilization, on education, and paid almost 120% attention to religion. I mean Islamic ideology, which has not paid them anything. The North has not benefited anything from Arabic ideology, religious ideology, which is Islam stricken or driven. Nothing yet has come out from the North other than Almajerism. Almajerization of Kano, Sokoto, Kebbi, Katsina, Borno, and so on and so forth is what they have received from or benefited from Islamic ideology. I said, shame unto them. That's what I said in the morning. And I'm still now telling the North that they should bury their faces on shame, because they are bent on religion, on religion ideology, Islamic ideology, without brazen up the reality, which is what? Education. Education should be the first thing ever. They turn their back on education and Western civilization. That's why the northern youth, generations of northerners are gone today because of Islamic and Arabic ideology. I was even accusing them that I didn't see Iran, going after Islamic ideology, because Iran of the present time have embraced more or less scientific and ideology, and the technological ideology. They have nothing to do with all this Arabic, Islamic, though they do, but they send their youths, their local people over there, the indigenous, to West to study science, to study technology. That's why they are trying to match up, Israeli military, warfare. Yes, had it been the Iran I've known in the olden days, I don't think they would have at least been retaliating to, Israeli military strike in their region. They have gone to studies in the West, sending their children to embrace Western education. That's why they are trying to match up with Israel in the recent time. So let me tell you, the North has lost out. North are not in their heads. They don't adhere to modern civilization, and that has brought them down recently. Northern elites accusing Southern elites of, looking down on them is, if you ask me, an effort in futility. They are wasting their time accusing Yoruba that Yoruba has betrayed the North. Tinubu is not giving them what they needed. I actually shouted down on them that Buhari was responsible for northern woe. Let me use the word northern woe. There is much, disappointment, going on there from the central, because they have failed to embrace the reality when Buhari administration was lingering for 8 years. This time around, someone from Yoruba land has come and, minding all his brothers in the southwest, turning his back on Igbo people, And with the Igbos, we don't care because nothing from the central is at least benefiting the Igbo man. The Igbo man is serious on enterprising business, entrepreneurship, making his business, because Igbo man is a merchant. Igbo man is versatile on entrepreneurship and, let's say, business wise, and even science and technology. But Hausas are bent on bringing themselves down because they are archaic people that are just down with, middle age type, kind of ideology. And that's why they are lagging behind in the whole African continent. People are just shouting outside Nigerian territory that we are giant of Africa. It's a lie. Togo, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, they are all ahead Nigeria.
Let me take you to Burkina Faso. Before you go ahead, sir.
Well, take me to where?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is fast growing. They are further than any other country in Africa.
Your word that you said Nigerians are giant of Africa.
No, they are not.
I just want to quickly bring to your notice that, are you aware that Saudi Arabia, the richest billionaire in Saudi Arabia, has landed in Burkina Faso to set up infrastructural businesses, to set up security businesses, set up industries. And meanwhile, the Nigerian that claims to be the capital of Muslim
in Africa
was ignored.
Caliphate
was ignored.
In Africa, they are giants, verbal giants. They are giants. Let me say, media giants. They are giants only on the lips. Nigeria is a limping dwarf when you talk about what is going on in Burkina Faso recently. When is his name Ibrahim Traore?
Yes, Captain.
Toppled the democratically elected president in Burkina Faso and opened their exit way for France, the French, to exit Burkina Faso, and the French has, bowed out of Burkina Faso, and we are seeing a Burkina Faso, a rising sun in Africa. And you see, their economy right now is what the whole world is discussing about. America, Britain, the whole Western Europe, all attention are focusing on the economic growth that has embraced or taken Burkina Faso by storm. Burkina Faso is growing every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month. They are multiplying, increasing technological wise, industrial wise, which is why, as you said, Saudi prince has landed in Burkina Faso to actually help them grow their economy by what? Establishing security outfits, industries. I mean, production companies, whereby, there will be not only, in agriculture, but when you talk about production, productivity, industrialization, and the kind of country Saudi Arabia is, they are, if you ask me, into loan. Yes, the kind of loan economy. They are going to loan to Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso is going to pay
it's
back.
going to be a no interest
invest
loan
in Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso is going to grow it up. So what we are seeing now is that Nigeria is a diminishing dwarf.
Just imagine a Nigeria who is claiming to have one of the largest Muslim population
in
Saudi Arabia will ignore us.
Yeah, they ignore us because they know that we are not serious. Tinubu is not serious. Tinubu only went to Medina, Mecca, to just boast of winning an election there, and the imam over there, at the central mosque of Medina, helped boost his winning an election that he did not win. He used money, but
do you think it is because of Tinubu or because the Northerners themselves are not even educated?
Northerners themselves are not educated. They only shout Islam, 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 Muslim, Muslim. They are not real. Saudi Arabia has actually seen that Burkina Faso Muslims, Burkina Muslims, Islam is better than Nigeria Islam.
They are highly educated.
Yes, they are highly educated over there, which is why Ibrahim Traore toppled the government and is living by example. Is not siphoning money. The gentleman is much interested on growing Burkina economy into world-class, third world economy today. That's why Burkina Faso is just the only person, let me use the word person, that the Saudi has seen very serious in Africa. Not Nigerian Islam. It is Burkina Muslims and Islam that actually interests Saudi Arabia into coming to Africa to invest. not to invest in Kenya, not to invest even in Southern Africa or Egypt, but in Burkina Faso, the fastest growing West African economy as I'm talking to you now. Not Nigeria. Nigeria is down with ignominy. Nigeria is down with what? Embezzlement. Economic, let me say, sabotage. They are sabotaging themselves because they're full of what? Political vagabonds. Yes, Nigerian politicians are vagabonds. They steal money, they siphon money, they embezzle our commonwealth into the Western countries. That's why you see Burkina Faso growing, attracting Saudi investments. Man, the first of its kind in African history.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael, for that beautiful submission as usual. Thank you very much.